NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the third-year man, Najee Harris. And a short pickup to about the 25. You look at this Jaguar defense.
Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
That's good for a Pittsburgh Steeler. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down of the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Here's Pickett. Fires the out route and completes it to Harris.
Oh, what a juke into space. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
From the gun, here's Pickett.
Flush to his right.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. 2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Hey, a confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go, because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
They'll run with ETN.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Lawrence completes it to Evan Ingram.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. And they'll run with ETN.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Olszewski now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Back to throw, Pickett.
And his throw is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
On 4th down, Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers.
Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. It's taken to the 26. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Lawrence. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. This is fielded at the 27. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Andre Sisco there on the stop. The Steelers at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and all the plays of that.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game. He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. It looks like they'll move things around here. Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
First down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. On the return is Peterson. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee
Harris with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
No.
And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for the Steelers touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of... Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the Jaguars' 35-yard line.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. He's got this to Pickens. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. This is Harris on the draw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Lawrence will throw. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Now Lawrence going to get his guys to go quickly. On 2nd down, here's Lawrence.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Zay Jones.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Jags are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point from McManus is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Olszewski now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And I tell you what, he got it from 50. They have lots of looking behind it. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
They go play action now. Lawrence. They got his man complete. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 40 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Straight ahead, ETN. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he's strong. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this third and long. Now Lawrence to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Evan Ingram, 28 yards. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. McManus's point after is good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Olszewski now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendencies. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And even 150 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now Pickett looking to change things up. On second down, this is Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Pickett back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now Lawrence. Looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. And now an audible here into something else. Lawrence on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. On play action, Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. They run again with Harris. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 165 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Off play action. Pickett to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Pickett now, 3rd and goal. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Washington. And in for the Steelers. Touchdown. Darnell Washington. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He'll air this one out for Kirk. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 36 yards on the play.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Lawrence. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. But to throw again is Lawrence. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The kick by McManus is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Olszewski now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
You know, I was going to ask if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. That is caught. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
And that pickup on the 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. That is intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade American. And the Jaguars are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. I'm surprised with the lead in a 1-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Now 2nd and 4. Lawrence. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 47 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Olszewski now from his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's 1st and 10. Now Pickett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here comes 2nd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, that sets up a big 3rd down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
3rd and 5. Pickett to throw. He's got his open man. That's Freiermuth. All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. A final shot now for Lawrence.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up.